Did you bring around your birthday? Yeah. That's alright, it's really about the dog anyway, so. You get the point. I have a cute dog. You can follow her on Instagram. Lucy Beard. Shameless plug. That's the only sales you're gonna get from me. So, thank you everybody for coming. And a big thanks to Emily, Christopher, and Jeff Holmes for putting it together and continuing to put it together. They've seemed in the swamp for the past few months, but we're getting it. We're getting it together. So my name is Emily Burkhart. I work for Stryde. And yes, that is the only reason I'm standing up here, is because I work for Stryde. For the past year and a half, can you hear me? This is better. I don't want to okay, that's better. So for the past year and a half, I worked for Stryde, and every day I've seen content marketing campaigns from strategy to reporting, from inception to fruition. And not only is it my responsibility to prove that value to my clients, to keep them, it's necessary for me to prove the value of content marketing to keep my job. So, what you would see here is a beautiful slide of ROI. That's what we're going to talk about today, is proving content marketing's value and proving your return on investment. Have a dual on there. So, there's this gap that's occurring right now in content marketing that I can illustrate with some beautiful visuals. So every year, I don't know if you're familiar with Content Marketing Institute and Marketing Props. Every year they do a big B2B content marketing survey. And the one for 2015 showed some really interesting statistics. So, we're just gonna chat.
We're changing venues, so if you want that back in your survey, there you go.
So, all right, so they survey all the firms, thousands of firms in North America and across the world, and ask them questions on content marketing. So, of those firms, so let's imagine that every firm that they surveyed has 100 firms. They asked them, they asked them if they use content marketing. Only 14%, or 14 out of 100 firms, don't use content marketing, which means that 86% do. That's huge. Something that was relatively obscure, even though it's existed for hundreds of years. Really, that buzzword came into the forefront just a few years ago. So the fact that the majority of B2B firms are now employing that is pretty crazy. And they also asked in that survey, yeah. Okay, so they also asked in that survey how confident these people felt in their organization's ability to track ROI and to prove the value of the content marketing that they're carrying out. So of that 86%, just 21% of those people those firms feel confident in their organization's ability to measure and track ROI of content marketing. Just 21%. Oh, that's a good sign. Furthermore, 65% are either not confident at all, or they're like, well, we sort of know what we're doing and nobody's questioned us, so we'll just go with it. And furthermore, 15% of firms don't even track it. They don't even bother to prove the value that they've gained from content marketing initiatives. That's too much. It's too much. All right, so what that leaves us with is this huge gap. We have all these firms using content marketing, 86% of B2B firms, and overwhelming lack of success improving its value. And that self-admitted lack of success improving its value. That's a big problem. And unfortunately, it's getting worse, because when these same firms were asked what they plan to do with their 2015 budget for content marketing, only 32% of them said they're going to keep it the same, and 55% said they're going to increase it. Sort of. Anyway. So 55% are going to increase their budget. That's the same, those are those same groups that have no idea if it's even valuable in the first place. 11% are unsure, and only 2% are wising up and leaving because they don't know how to track it. So now not only do we have all these firms using content marketing, we have an overwhelming lack of success in tracking ROI, but we're also just going to start throwing money at it without discretion. Oh, is it working? Yay! This was my beautiful slide. It's going to have you all imagine it as 100 firms, and it was going to go like that, and it would go away. So there's that 21% that feels they're effective in improving return on investment. 64% that really don't even know what they're doing, and 15% that aren't even bothering to track. Like I said, there's this disaster, and it gets worse because people are just throwing more budget at it. Throwing more budget at it. 54%, 38%. So now we have this huge mess with just going on in content marketing industry as a whole. Not only is it a mess for the organizations using it, it's a mess for content marketing itself. Just because people aren't understanding how to track its value. So it's cleanup time. And there's a really simple framework you can apply to your business that allows you to feel confident in your ability to track the return on investment. And so as any warm-blooded business person knows, it's important to begin with the end in mind. That's exactly what you need to do with your content marketing campaign. First, think about who you're reporting to and what the key reporting metrics are. And in content marketing, there's really two core key groups that you're going to need to report on. Two: the C-suite and content creators. Now, these reporting groups involve very different metrics that they care about and different metrics that are going to make them successful. So for the C-suite, we have lagging indicators and leading indicators. So we're going to start with leading. C-suite, this is what they care about. So with leading, it's really what represents revenue in your organization and sales, etc. So it's really straightforward, and it's your bottom line. The C-suite is going to want to know, is the content driving sales? Is it saving costs? That's the key. Now, you can't just find that with a raw sales number or a raw revenue number. So you need to back that up and prove it with your lagging indicators. Lagging indicators are the things that directly impact your leading. These are things like lead quality, lead quantity, sales cycle duration, market share. But how do you track these things? How do you know if it's any different? That's where lead capture forms and lead source attribution become paramount. Because not only do we want to prove that this is having an impact on the leading indicator, but we also want to show that it's not correlation without causation. That sales aren't rising and we're not doing more content marketing, and that's actually something that's connected and not something that's just happening for some other reason. So how do you do that? Tracking pixels are huge. And if you use WordPress and Google Analytics, which I don't know if most of you do, I know we do, but it makes it so easy to employ those on your site. Tracking when a conversion happens, whether that's a straight sale, or whether that's somebody signing up, getting more information. You can track all those things and track the content that got them there. Another great thing to look at to disprove and mitigate any correlation without causation is to look to your CRM. If your business uses a customer relationship management software, you should have access to your sales close rates. And furthermore, your sales team should be adding in what content is consumed by the prospect along the process. So look to that sales close rate and look at what is impacting it. What content are they consuming that is causing that to increase, and for the sales cycle to shorten. So that's really how the content is performed. And you have to think about that before you start your campaign, because you need to employ things like tracking pixels. You need to set your benchmarks, which is crazy important. And you need to show them how it performed. But there's also the key that a lot of people forget and neglect to do, is report to their content creators, people that are actually creating the content. This describes why the content performed the way it does. It allows you to better approach your content in the future. So these are things that we already all know how to look at. So basic website metrics like web traffic bounce rate. Your query rankings also are a great test, also are a great thing to look at. As you know, all of your content should have a focus query that you're creating. So over time, you should see that your ranking in that particular keyword to increase if the content is successful. And the last one you want to look at is social metrics. Social metrics kind of get a lot of flack because they're social metrics. And I would argue that if you are a CEO or in the chief suite, you shouldn't care how many Facebook followers you have. That should not be an issue. But who it is valuable to are these content creators. It's an unfiltered, unbiased response to content. And a lot of the times, the people that are creating content don't ever get to see that. They just send it off and then that's it. So allowing them to get this feedback, this honest feedback, robust feedback, will allow you to create better content moving forward. What you're really doing with these is you're identifying the consumption habits. So how are people consuming content? And you're also identifying user paths. So where are they going? Are you keeping them? And are you driving them to a lead? So now, we have all this stuff, there's lagging and leading, and I've heard those terms so many times, and I'm over it and over it. So here's what you need to do. You need to identify and continuously document. Document, 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 and I say that 3 times because it is beastly important to write everything you're doing down in your content marketing efforts. Most firms don't. And you can find that in the B2B marketing survey. I have a link to it at the end of this, and I'll put this on SlideShare too. So you want to identify and continuously document those leading indicators. You want to identify and continuously document the lagging indicators that are driving that leading indicator. And finally, you identify and continuously document those supporting indicators that drive your lagging. So it really is a comprehensive process from start to finish. There's that link to the B2B Content Marketing Report from Content Marketing Institute. So if you want to look that up, they have some great stats in there too. And that was a train wreck. So if you would like to have any questions. And questions?
I don't know what you do for documentation. You're saying document. What do you have methodologies or tools?
Tools. It always comes back to that. Yeah, Google Sheets, spreadsheets. Love it. Look at them. Yeah. Like it really is what is going to work best for you and your team. What do you like to look at? You know, I mean, you really have to have somebody that has an eye for that, for reporting things and documenting things in Excel or in Google Sheets, something that's palatable to people. But in terms of a comprehensive tool, I'm still searching. We're still searching. So if you want to make one and let me buy into it, then I'll be done. Is that?
Yeah, I was just curious if there's something you know about that I didn't know about.
Anything else? Thanks.